Right, that was shite, wasn't it? Just done a fan cam with Jay. I've gone early because fuck it, what we're sitting around for, basically. I've just done a fan cam with Jay where I was like, the headline on this is 4 semi-finals, 0 finals, and that's not enough finals. And even if you analyse every single game, game by game, and you go, well, do you know what? We had a bad game against City in the first round, or the first leg of last year's semi in the League Cup. Blown out of the water. We won the second leg, but out we go. We threw it against Chelsea. Doesn't really count. And we should have won. We were very unlucky. Shit refereeing decisions, etc. against Sevilla. Tonight, don't know yet. Not enough players turned up, is my initial thinking. Shit at set pieces at both ends is my secondary thinking. But the headline, 4 semi-finals, 0 finals, is not enough. It's not enough. You've got to do better than that. Now, the thing we're saying, that's not good enough. That doesn't mean you fucking completely burn the house down and try and start again because it's not good enough. You accept it's not good enough and you try and fix it. So I want to know how United are going to try and fix that. Yeah, I mean, I'm fucking wounded with it, to be honest with you. It's just not fucking good enough, man. I'm struggling to think of a single individual player. A single individual player that had a good game today. Maguire might have been the best, but even he probably should have been a little bit more alert for the set pieces where we conceded. Outside of that, Marcus didn't have a good game. Tony Marshall might as well have not turned up. Pogba might as well have not turned up. Bruno, ineffective, and you could see he was losing his rag towards the end. Fred McTominay, sloppy, and actually City was getting in behind him quite easy. Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, just nothing. Just nothing. Just nothing. Henderson, says Ross. Yeah, he did have a couple of good saves to make, but, you know. Where's my drink? I'm driving, so I don't drink and drive. Otherwise, I'll be getting off my fucking box tonight. I need to move closer to the office, don't I, so I can either walk home or it's not going to cost me a fortune in a taxi. Although I'd end up absolutely wasted near enough every day if that was the case. 2 DMs is not how United should play. Well, sometimes that's how you play. I can give you countless times Sir Alex did that. Why are we holding a different manager that's nowhere near his level to a higher standard? That doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Daniel Hazel says, everyone asking for Ollie's head after tonight on social media. Don't understand our fan base. Losing 1 game means you should be sacked these days. Mental, innit? We are literally joint top of the league. We don't lose against Burnley and we're clear top of the league. If we win our next 2 league games, we are 6 points clear in the league and that needs sacking. Mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. Claggy says, I'm worried about the Liverpool game after watching that. It's a different game, mate. It's not going to go exactly the same as that. You've got to remember, this is a Manchester City team that's underperformed this year, massively so. And I always was worried about City. I think I said it on Twitter the other day. I think City are the favourites for the league. And people will look at where they are now and be like, what? I believe City are the favourites for the league. That's who I think is going to win the league. I really do. Aaron says, I think Ollie got it wrong tonight, playing narrow. Fullbacks had free run. Ours were doubled up on. I don't think that's the case at all. And actually, I think the formation was absolutely bang on for tonight. It was literally the formation I went with, literally the midfield I went with in my preview. Now, the execution of that was a little bit different. But I wouldn't have said their fullbacks had a free run. If you watch Manchester City, you know they're going to do this. And sometimes a player having a lot of the ball doesn't necessarily mean it's a negative thing. It can be something that you're content with. Their fullbacks are having the ball. They're not necessarily a threat from those areas. And you've got to remember, Manchester City, even if you say their fullbacks had free reign, what did they cause? Their goals came from 2 set pieces. We were set up fine. I think the first half, if Marcus times his runs a little bit better, if the balls are played at the right time, United United were finding openings in the Manchester City defence. I have no issues with how we were set up in attack or defence. I don't know what changed at half time. Obviously, I've got to watch it back again and find out, but we were abject in the second half. And the reason I blame set pieces, defensively we concede from 2 set pieces. Harry Maguire wins every single fucking corner and doesn't score from them. And I can't work out how or why. It's maddening. Absolutely maddening. Maddening. Cavani was a miss, says Alex. Yes. We went narrow, as you said. We should do in the second half, and we conceded. We didn't go narrow in the second, but we conceded from a fucking set piece. But we started the game narrow and was fine. Really disappointed, says Garson. Instead of blaming Ole, blame the board for not getting signings in before the season. Yeah, if the signings had come in early, you might have seen them moving. City changed tactics after the goal early in the second half. I need to see. This is what I've watched the game, but I haven't seen the game in enough detail to fully pinpoint exactly where this changed and where it went over and that. I mean, again, still 2 set pieces. That was the closeness of the game. The second one was just a fucking team shambles. It's one of them, innit? Do I think Burnley and Liverpool games are the biggest since Sir Alex Ferguson? No. Rory says, how can people blame Luke Shaw and not Maguire? I'm assuming for the first one, that's because I think Stones was Shaw's man. If you see all the rest of the set pieces which followed it, he's the one marking John Stones. If your man scores, that's on you. I don't know how that needs explaining in any greater detail. And importantly, there's only a couple of things you need to remember when defending set pieces. Goal side is one of them, and touch tight is the other. He got touch tight, and he allowed Stones to get goal side of him. Can't do it. You have to stay goal side of your man. Simple as that. If you don't understand that, honestly, I don't know what the point is to even talking to you, because that's what you need. I think I'm not blaming this loss on Shaw, but I don't know. It's his man that scores for the opener. I think there was more. I think Marcus should have done better. I think Tony Marshall should have done better. I'd like to have seen Pogba actually impact this fucking game. He sort of just allowed Bruno to start dictating stuff, and you don't want Bruno dictating stuff. You want Bruno up, affecting stuff higher up the pitch. Andy says, Scott made the biggest foul, giving a cheap foul on the edge of the box. Defending wasn't great, but cheap fouls are as bad. Of course they are. When you've got someone with the delivery of Kevin De Bruyne, giving away fouls in crazy areas is not good. Solskjaer, I'm just seeing a message popping up here. Solskjaer says there will be changes on Saturday. We'll see who's fit, who isn't. Bruno wants to play every game. I will have a chat to him. He needs a rest. I think he definitely needed a rest. Some people saying Igalo offers more than Marshall. I think against Manchester City he does, for sure. And I can't understand, since we decided we weren't keeping him, why we've ended up just completely fucking the guy off. Like, you've lost Cavani for a couple of games. You telling me there wasn't 5 minutes you could have done with an Igalo? Right, I'm going to head over to the Patreon group, see what you guys are saying. Who was more penetrating tonight, United or the National Guard? Have you seen what's going off in America? It's bad news, that, isn't it? Ole out and Trump in from Inferno. Do I think the treatment of Van der Beek is about accommodating to the league, or he just doesn't favour him and won't play much? I don't think he's fit. But I think he's fit for 4 fucking minutes, or at least more than 4 fucking minutes. I can't wrap my head around that. You know, I can't wrap my head around that. I don't understand that. Is it still settling into the league? Jesus. Tellez and Van der Beek have been allowed to settle in for months now. You're talking 5 months. Bruno was like, cool, did you bring your boots? Because you're fucking starting today. And then starting every game after that. Good luck. See you in a bit. What the difference? Who was more at fault? The tactics or the players? The players. I thought the tactics were fine. I say the tactics are fine, but it's definitely a coaching issue that you're so ineffective attacking and defending set pieces. That is literally a coaching issue. Literally a coaching issue. And we're not good enough on set pieces. That needs fucking fixing, sharpish. I'm not getting into how I would murder Luke Shaw. That's not acceptable for public chat. We'll do that on a Patreon one. Many of our players look leggy. Would I say City's extra days rest since Christmas was the most significant factor tonight? I don't know if the most significant factor, but I think it was definitely a factor. I mean, how have they just got away with tossing that Everton game off with nothing? I remember Middlesbrough had the shits which ravaged their squad in the 90s, and they got a 3-point fine. I don't understand how you just sit here just like, we're not playing, go fuck yourself. You know, hang on, your players have got COVID because they went to parties. It wasn't just like an unfortunate outbreak of COVID. They literally fucking got COVID by going to parties that they shouldn't have been going to. You can't reward that. That's bullshit. Is a right wing for Marcus a bad move? Really ineffective. May have been Diaz smashing it for City. Been great alongside Maguire. I hate to say Diaz is fantastic. No, I think Marcus can do bits on the right. You know, he's not having a good run of games at the moment. So I wouldn't just start judging every position that he plays in on the back of this few weeks. Make of Bruno's performance. Tired, ineffective. Looked like he was losing his rag towards the end. Tonight was a huge reality check. We're on our way, but this was a bump. Yep. Would I be upset if Bruno and Rashford are in the squad? Yeah, I'd be very happy if both of them didn't even travel. Is it worrying how much Bruno's performance can influence the rest of the team? It happens when you've got world-class players, doesn't it? But yeah, I would like to have seen Paul Pogba step up and grab this game by the balls and lead this team. Shit, innit? It's just shit. When are people going to stop arse-licking Marshall? Fergie would never have accepted this level of performance. No comment. We were never that convincing, says Tom. When? We literally never passed semi-finals while Ole is the manager. I mean, it's been a couple of years. We didn't get anywhere near anything for 4 years under Fergie. What's your point? We've got to 4 semi-finals. I think if you analyse every game individually, there's different reasons for that. Tonight was an opportunity, but it's one of those. I don't know what point you're trying to make. Do I think we'll be relying on Diallo being decent this season, considering our attack can be lacklustre at times? I think people are going to put a lot of pressure on this kid, and I'm not sure he's first choice material yet at all. He's played, what, a fucking 100 minutes or something for Atalanta? How are we expecting this kid to come in and do anything whatsoever? Unless he is the new fucking incarnation of Messi. What are we expecting here? Because I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not expecting a hell of a lot from him. I'm really not expecting a hell of a lot from him. I'm expecting a kid that, Jesus, if he comes in and has the same sort of slow introduction as Tellez and Van der Beek does, we're not going to see the guy. Dan Dine says, I just won the PS5. Yes, you did. Congratulations. I think there's going to be more giveaways on Paddock as well, so have a look. Can I speak on Shaw's performance? Why? I said it all in the fucking build-up. I've said it all for the last few weeks. And I was fucking right. He's lazy. His positioning is shit. Do I really think we'll win the league with Ole this season? Like I said 10 minutes ago, City are my favourites for this. You know, I think we've made some serious progress, but it's progress. Just because you're making progress doesn't mean that you have to start winning back-to-back titles now. There's a long way to go. A long way to go. A hell of a long way to go. So, you know. Righty, I'm going to wrap it up there. Cheers for tuning in. I guess we'll just have to be fucking depressed, won't we? See you in a bit.